Hello there everyone, welcome back to Press for Truth TV. I hope you had a great weekend. Today is Monday, January the 16th, 2012. And I have some great news to report on this morning. As you can see from the title, Sopa has been shelved. This of course is the Stop Online Piracy Act, which was set to be voted on down in the States. It was supposed to be on January 24th. However, recently key provisions within the act have been removed, specifically the ones that were very concerning to us, that would allow the American government to shut down foreign websites who are accused of piracy. And so as a direct result of the massive amount of opposition to this bill, those provisions have been removed. Here you can see from Washington Monthly, at issue are two related bills, the Senate's Protect IP Act and the even more offensive Stop Online Piracy Act in the House, both of which are generated intense opposition from tech giants and First Amendment advocates. The first sign that the bill's prospects were dwindling came on Friday when Sopa sponsors agreed to drop a key provision that would have required service providers to block access to international sites accused of piracy. And here you can see that specifically from CNET. In a move the technology sector will surely see as a victory, a controversial anti-piracy bill being debated in Congress will no longer include a provision that would require internet service providers to block access overseas to overseas websites accused of piracy. The legislation ran into an even more significant problems when the White House announced its opposition to the bills. Though the administrative's chief technology officials acknowledged the problem of online piracy, the White House statement presented a fairly detailed critique of the measures and concluded, "We will not support legislation that reduces freedom of expression, increases the cyber security risk, or undermines the dynamic, innovative global internet." It added that any proposed legislation must not tamper with the technical architecture of the internet. So again, this is as a direct result of the online community voicing their opposition to this. And as we know, the mainstream media hasn't been talking about this at all. So the independent media has been all over it. In fact, the video that we made just last week about Sopa has already gotten over 30,000 views. So people indeed have been spreading this information and doing everything they can to stop it. The online community at reddit.com are the ones who organized that boycott against GoDaddy.com, and that's where we saw over 72,000 domain names in just under a week were transferred from GoDaddy services. Even Wikipedia withdrew their services from GoDaddy, which forced GoDaddy to change their views and no longer support Sopa. So anyways, all this opposition has really created a ripple effect that reached its way all the way to the White House and has forced them to remove these key provisions. So again, it looks like a victory at this point, but this is a key time to remain vigilant. I mean, we certainly can't just sit back and put our feet up and say, well, that's that, we defeated that one. Because we know the kind of tricks that they play, and it's been known to happen before where a bill will be introduced, the general public is outraged about it, the bill gets shelved, only for a few months later down the road it gets reintroduced, perhaps under a different name, so that it can be passed in secret. So although this does appear to be a rather big victory at this time, as I said, we have to remain vigilant that this isn't a trick to just kind of throw us off the case and throw us off the trail so that they can pass it in secret a few months down the road. Because this bill did go in conjunction with another one, the Pro-IP, the Protect Intellectual Property Act, which still is a concern when it comes to posting and sharing material that was not created by you. But this bill does not contain those provisions that would allow the government to shut down your websites. So again, it's good news. It's good news this morning. You can chalk one up for the good guys. This goes to show you the power that the people have in numbers. Because as I've said many times, this whole system is set up in a pyramidal structure, and we're the ones who make up the base. And you know, when enough people step out of that, the whole thing comes crashing down, and that's precisely what we saw in the case with Sopa this week. Enough people stood up against it, they made their voices heard, and their voices were heard, and the provisions were removed. So again, you can chalk one up for the good guys. I feel this is a victory this morning, but at the same time, let's not get too comfy and pat ourselves on the back just yet. We know that they can pull some pretty tricky fast ones and you know, just change the name of this thing and pass it through in secret in a few months from now. So let's hope that's not the case. Hopefully this is the end of it. But anyway, it's just something I wanted to share with you today. If you were involved with sharing this information in the last few weeks, then good job. And yeah, again, we'll just have to keep a close eye on this one over the next few months and make sure that they don't just change its name and pass it in secret. So anyways, that's it for today. Just wanted to share that with you. I guess I will see you again tomorrow. Okay, I'll talk to you then. See ya.